Welcome back to Sorta Sophisticated, the podcast where we try to make each other kind of cultured, Amanda, right?
Just a little.
Wait, kind of cultured, that kind of works. But like K, like not kind, like cultured with a K. Kind of cultured, right? Sorta Sophisticated.
No, that borders the line of KKK, Peter, I feel like.
Okay, so
you need to just like...
All right, so it's just, we're sticking with SOS.
Yes.
Okay, here I thought I could have just TM that right now. I think I was ready.
Sometimes your TMs aren't great ideas.
So KK, too close to KKK, we're not doing that. Okay, fine. I'm Pete, and with me as always is Amanda.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, best friend. How are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
Doing fine. Hey, so before we dive into today's topic, I already have to say stuff because you know
you always have to say stuff. So this is not.
I have a lot to get off.
You're
You're my therapist. I have a lot to get off my chest.
All right, let's dive in.
Do you know what today is? Like, do you know what we're doing today?
I do.
What?
We're recording our podcast.
No, not just our podcast.
I know.
Our 50th podcast episode. 50.
It's a big deal. It's almost been a year.
We are 50 deep.
Yeah. A year of sitting here with you.
Right.
For multiple hours.
Right. Right. With listenership declining week.
No, it's not declining.
Week over week over week.
Nope.
Right?
I mean, our best one yet was Alex. So
I know. Well, because he was interesting. Okay, listen, like in honor of this, should we sort of talk about why we started it? Should we give the why? I feel like we should give the why again.
I mean,
because
right ahead.
We're not really that
Let's revisit.
You and I aren't super high
statement.
Society intellectuals here, trying to put something together, right? We're revisiting the mission.
Yes.
All right, let's
revisit.
All right, so the mission, right? Like self-awareness. That was the big mission. Well, that's how it started to begin with. And then it was like, hey, how do we make...
And I think we should talk about self-awareness, right? It's not just self-awareness of self, right? It's our self-awareness when we're interacting with others.
Yes.
And the fact that most of the time people can't connect with other people because they don't have knowledge of what's going on.
Yeah, we use our own experiences. We block off everything, and we're like, we shape this little world that we live in.
So here we are.
And here we are trying to not do that in a way that you would argue makes it kind of fun to learn.
Hopefully so. And that we're not rambling too much, but that you actually get some solid facts.
You're not rambling too much.
Well,
I'm.
You are the educator, so that comes to the territory.
I'm the rambler. Hey, you remember Kenny Rogers, the gambler, on a warm summer's evening? You've heard the gambler. I'm going to make a song. I'm the rambler. That would be pretty funny.
You should make the song.
Okay, sorry. Anyway, I also like the fun facts, by the way. Just throwing that whole thing in.
I mean, I already told you it's my favorite part of the episode.
That part is super cool too. It's like little tidbits. So whether you want to deep dive and learn some like shit or just learn some fun facts, skip to the end, people. Just hit the fun facts.
Absolutely.
Right. It's all cool stuff. All right. What are we talking about? What is our 50th episode about, Amanda? Talk to me.
Well, since we're doing this for 50 episodes, Pete, I feel like that we should maybe go on a topic that is bigger than 50.
Bigger than 50? What's bigger than 50? 51.
I mean, you're sure.
52?
Or 100.
100.
100.
We're celebrating a 100-year anniversary. Of what?
It is. Of the release of The Great Gatsby.
F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
The Great Gatsby. The original Playboy. The party. I love him. I'm set for
this.
that.
Everybody wanted to be.
I love The Great Gatsby. I have a confession to make, by the way. I only read it 3 years ago.
I mean.
Yeah. I was old. My kids were
Did you read it in high school?
No. So I skipped everything. I was lame in high school. So I think I read it because Ruth had to read it or something, just recently. And I thought it was excellent. I picked it up. I'm like, all right, let's do this. And then I ended up, of course, watching the movie. And it was
when
amazing.
You are reading it for fun versus just for homework, yes, I do find it quite intriguing of a novel.
It makes it way better to read. And then also, fun fact, let's go already, right? Do you know the meme? You know, the Leonardo DiCaprio meme?
I think everybody knows the meme.
But do they know that it's from The Great Gatsby? That's where it's from.
Again, if you don't, then you need to be listening to this podcast
Leo's in
to become cultured and curious.
Okay, he's in a lot of movies.
I'm just saying. How do you not know that?
Okay,
how do you
whatever.
not know that? What was it from? Titanic? Come on.
No, but okay, whatever.
Good Will Hunting?
I don't know.
He wasn't even in that one, was he?
No, that was Matt Damon. I think, wasn't he Mike Seaver's best friend though in what was it? Growing Pains? Was Leo in Growing Pains?
Probably.
I got to look that up. All right, whatever.
I'm not the fun factor on that one.
Okay, so 2 anniversaries today. We're doing 50 episodes for us and 100 years for Great Gatsby. Hey.
And just to be clear, it's
Cheers.
when the Great Gatsby book came out, when it was released, not the movie.
No, not that. No, the movie came out more recently, 10 years ago. I don't even know.
Do you know some people don't even know that it was a book?
Everything's a book. For those of you who aren't watching at home and don't have the subscription to the online video of us behind the scenes, I am toasting Amanda right now with my special rum and coke. Cheers to you, Amanda. And for $19.99, you too can join the SOS Army. Okay, sorry.
You just pulled a Leo. That's what you did.
I did. I totally just pulled a Leo.
You did.
Okay, but now we have to do the sophisticated part right now. So you have to tell us like why learning about a book like that's 100 years old still matters. Like why is it culturally relevant? Like how am I going to be cultured and curious? Like our tagline. You got to like give us the down low here, please.
Well, I mean, just first off, The Great Gatsby is one of the greatest works of all time in American literature.
Well, we know that already. It's but duh.
Well, then duh.
Right.
It's done.
Right.
That's it. No, I'm just kidding. So really, the whole book goes into wealth, ambition, love, and this whole illusion of the American dream.
Oh my God, does it ever. In a classic, glitz-filled, glamorous,
gluttonous
1920s way. Yeah. It's great.
And
is our word of the day going to start with a G? I hope so.
Jinx.
Jinx again. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
But I mean, our world is so obsessed, right, with status, materialism, and reinvention. So understanding the story of The Great Gatsby helps us recognize that the human struggle is timeless. I mean, we talk about it all the time. History absolutely repeats itself. So whether it's 100 years ago or today, we still have the same problems with entitlement, identity, moral decay. Plus,
did you just moral decay me?
I mean,
my God, talk about sophisticated. Moral decay. All right, but you're right. I mean,
just
I get
dying.
It. Right.
But it gives us like an easy way to sound sophisticated at dinner parties. So let's get on it.
Because it is sophisticated. Because he was sophisticated.
He was sophistication. It's true. Okay, so we need to do the word of the day first.
We do. Okay.
So what is it?
Let's go.
It has to be a G. You said so.
It's not a G.
Well, then.
Well, because I'd have to
fail.
Google. Okay, well, Google. There. Google's our word. Okay. Word of the day is ephemeral with an E. Ephemeral.
Ephemeral?
Ephemeral. Yes.
I kind of like it. Ephemeral. Nope, got nothing.
Got nothing?
Well, it's like Earl, like.
Hey, would you like
temporal?
Would you?
No. Okay.
Would you like a definition, or do you just want to keep guessing?
No, I was just trying to break it down, but my Latin's failing me. So go ahead.
Ephemeral means something that lasts for a very short time, like my attention span. How's that?
Look at you, self-deprecating already.
I know. I'm so proud of myself. What other choice do I have, really? Right? I got to get in front of that because if I don't, like, you'll clock me anyway. Like you. So if I've learned to lean into this pain a little bit, so you then are softer, more kind-hearted to me. Okay.
So I have a question.
Ephemeral, short attention. Yeah, because you're ephemeral, and you already are. Yes, go ahead.
But isn't that what our podcast is supposed to be? Isn't it supposed to be ephemeral because it's only supposed to be 30 minutes?
It is. That's exactly right.
Then maybe we should get to it.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Just saying.
But I do want to be really clear. Like ephemeral is like it's more like existential. It's like smoke a joint thinking about it. It's not like physical. It's not like 30 minutes or less is ephemeral. Like that's not how it works. It's like ephemeral, like fleeting, like dream, like fleeting, like think of your dreams, right? Those are ephemeral. Sort of, they come and go quickly.
All right, then. Well, since we've expanded our vocabulary, can we get into the book and why this book is still legit after 100 totally non-ephemeral years?
Yes. Perf. Okay, so I'll do a quick history and summary, and then we can launch. Sound good?
Sounds fabulous. Let's go.
Okay, so The Great Gatsby was written by F. Scott Fitzgerald, thank you very much, and was published in, of course, 1925, 100 years ago. Duh. Another fun fact. Okay, we're already killing it with fun facts, like, right? Let's go. Okay, so the F in F. Scott Fitzgerald. Do you know what it stands for?
Francis.
I hate you. Okay, you ruin everything. Okay, his actual full name was Francis Scott Key Fitzgerald. And if that rings a bell, it's because, Amanda, if you remember, a gentleman named Francis Scott Key wrote our national anthem. Thank you very much. And F. Scott Fitzgerald was a distant relative of Francis Scott Key.
So then wouldn't a super fun fact be that Francis Scott Key Fitzgerald was actually named after Francis Scott Key, who made our national anthem?
Well, I mean, he probably was, right? Distant relative. Like, that's how it gets passed down.
See?
Like,
that's what I'm just saying.
Right. Yeah,
could be
totally.
A super fun fact. It's just saying.
Super fun fact. Okay, I have a super fun fact.
Oh, dear. What is it?
Did you know he was part of something called the Lost Generation?
The Lost Generation?
The Lost Generation.
What is that?
Kind of ephemeral, right?
Is it where the Lost Boys are from?
Right. Okay. I'm getting no credit. I've like ephemeral this like 5 times.
I don't feel like that's how it's used.
Not sort of, yes, like Lost Boys from Peter Pan, like kind of, but like real life. Like I had to GTS. Basically what I learned is this Lost Generation referred to a group of writers, artists, and intellectuals, thank you very much, who grew up during World War I and felt disillusioned by traditional values, authority, and the direction of society in the aftermath of the Great War. So, side note, another fun fact, really. I know. This is crazy. The term was actually coined by Gertrude Stein, a super famous American writer and poet, like if you don't remember, and later popularized by Ernest Hemingway, another super famous writer who also happened to be like one of Gertrude Stein's like pupils, believe that or not. So anyway, this lost generation, by the way, a lot of them were like living in Paris in the 1920s because they like hated America. They basically rejected, and I quote, the materialism and moral emptiness of post-war America and sought meaning through art, literature, and a bohemian lifestyle. Right. Okay. So anyway, Fitzgerald was one of these dudes, and he actually wrote The Great Gatsby while living in France, writing from his own experiences with wealth, class, and this whole idea of, like we said earlier, like unfulfilled love, because it's all about like love and like romance and American dream. Okay, spoiler alert. The novel was intended to be a critique of the American dream, showing how ambition and materialism would lead to emptiness rather than happiness. Duh. And believe it or not, it totally flopped when it was released. And only got famous after he died, because like everybody gets famous after
everybody
they die.
dies.
Right? Thank you very much.
Everyone's famous.
Eventually becoming,
gotta die.
Yeah, right. Like the most well-known book like in all of American history. So there's that. Yeah.
Well, since it came out 100 years ago, it's not like we're spoiling anything for our readers.
No, absolutely. If they haven't read it by now, go to hell, right?
Here we go. Ready?
Go.
Cliff Note version?
Yes.
Okay. So the story is about some totally hot, super rich guy named Jay Gatsby.
Leonardo DiCaprio at his finest. Thank you very much.
He was prime.
I have no problem saying that. Yes, I'm good.
So Jay was known for throwing these massive parties in hopes to win back this girl he used to love, Daisy Buchanan. And
good old Daisy. She was crazy.
But not Daisy. Not Daisy with the Daisy Dukes.
Crazy Daisy.
So the twist is that it's narrated by his neighbor of all people, some guy named Nick Carraway, which is kind of cool because Nick is not part of the whole elite class that Gatsby is a part of.
No, he is not.
And you kind of get a different way of thinking because he thinks differently.
Yes, he does.
Anyway.
You know what, Amanda? It gives perspective.
It does.
It does.
It does.
I love it.
So anyways, through Nick's eyes, the book basically explains Gatsby's rise out of poverty, his obsession with Daisy, and the really tragic reality that no amount of money can recreate his past. And like I said earlier, the book basically explores the themes of wealth, illusion, and the decay of the American dream. And it's super famous for its ending, where Nick is basically reflecting on Gatsby's train wreck pursuit of a dream that was never real in the first place. It's a total tragedy, and Shakespeare would be super proud.
I know. We love Shakespeare, right? Did we ever do one on Shakespeare yet?
I don't know if we have.
Have we done a couple?
I
No, I think we should. Okay.
Macbeth.
It's a total tragedy, right? Let's go. I would love it. So I looked it up. It only sold 20,000 copies, like during his life, like, which might seem like a lot, but that's not really a lot because I think he lived to like 1940 or something. So that's like 1,000 copies a year. That's kind of sucks. But here we are.
But also back then it was hard to get things.
Okay,
like,
but whatever. Like
that's
okay. I get it, but he wasn't famous. We just like it was a total tragedy all the way around.
Okay, fine.
100 years later, I looked this one up. You want to guess how many copies it sells per year now?
Per year now?
Right now, yes.
What I assume a lot because every high schooler has to buy at least a copy.
Yes, thank you very much.
200,000.
Okay, close. Over 500,000. Over 500,000.
Wow.
Per year. I know, right?
All right.
So I can't believe this poor dude, right? Like here we are, like 100 years later. Like he takes it as a personal failure. Like nobody likes his book, which totally makes sense. But little did he know, like here he is affecting everyone today. Or maybe he does know, Amanda. Maybe everybody knows. Maybe the joke's on us.
Maybe it is.
Maybe they all know they're famous now that they're dead. Maybe there's like a famous category.
Maybe. A category in heaven?
Yes.
Huh.
What do you think?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, fine.
I think everyone's equal.
Fine.
Okay, so do you think that the reason why there's 500,000 copies sold a year is because after he died in 1940 during World War II, it got super famous, and for some reason it was the book that was sent over to all the soldiers overseas, and suddenly everyone loved it?
Yeah, okay, so but wait though, like why was that book picked to be sent to all the troops? I didn't look that up.
Well, I don't really know why.
Well, I gotta know now. Like I gotta know.
Okay, well then go look it up. I'm gonna start talking about why this book has basically stuck around for a century. How about that?
Go for it.
Okay.
I'm Googling.
So at its core, The Great Gatsby is about the American dream, which we've already alluded to, but really it is about whether we can really achieve it or not. So Gatsby basically goes from rags to riches, throwing all these legendary parties and reinventing himself. But no matter how much money he makes, he's still obsessed with Daisy and he just can't get her.
Oh my God, I love Daisy. Okay, wait. Okay, hold on. I found this. Okay, so The Great Gatsby was distributed to the troops during World War II. As part of something called the Armed Services Editions Program. Oh my God, say that fast. Or the ASE, which, quote, distributed lightweight paperback books to boost morale among troops. Here's why The Great Gatsby made the cut. 1, entertainment and escapism. Escapism, Amanda. The ASE program aimed to provide engaging portable entertainment. Oh my God. to troops stationed in difficult conditions. Can you imagine what portable entertainment is today? It's like a freaking like mobile device, right? Like this is hysterical. The Great Gatsby's themes of ambition, romance, and the American dream resonated with many young soldiers looking towards their post-war futures. 2, a reflection of the American life. Despite its darker themes, the book offered a glimpse into a romanticized version of American prosperity. Oh my God, did it ever? Reminding soldiers of what they were fighting for. Oh, it makes sense. Home, love, and a better future, right? Because they're like, okay, yeah, they're like away and freaking out, not with their families. And 3, this wartime exposure revived interest in the novel, leading to its eventual recognition as one of the greatest American novels of all time. Okay, that's why it went to all the troops. We get it. Sorry.
Wait, I have another question for you to Google.
What?
What is the reading level of The Great Gatsby?
7th grade.
Really?
Oh, I don't know. You want me to Google it? You
I
actually
do,
want me to Google it?
yeah,
Sorry. I thought you were testing me.
Okay. Well, while you do that one. So where was I? So compare that to today, right? We still have the same problems. We're still chasing a dream that doesn't really exist, except now we're doing it on social media instead. We're trying to curate this perfect life online, or believing that our happiness is somehow connected to more money or getting married or buying a house, when in fact it's really just every day and we just can't see it.
Oh, dude, total flex. Preach it right there, right? We're all just chasing that little green light at the end of the dock, aren't we, Amanda?
We really are.
Right?
And the green light is totally why it's still relevant today. Come on. Jay had everything except nothing, right? Like he couldn't get Daisy. He didn't have any human connection. He didn't have happiness. And so that green light just represents the accept, everything that people are trying to obtain but can't.
Dude, I'm not going to lie, right? Fitzgerald was kind of like a genius with the whole green.
It's like the carrot at the end of the stick, really.
Oh my God, it was amazing. Okay, wait, hold on. I looked this up. Oh my God, I don't even know. Great Gatsby, generally considered written high school to early college reading level. More specifically, typically responds at 9th to 12th grade reading level.
Do you want to know another fun
There's
fact?
all these other Flesh Kincaid grade level, 8th to 11th. Accelerated reader level, 7.3. I don't know.
Yeah.
High school reading
so
level.
high school.
Okay, got it. But like, so back to this green light thing. Sorry, because we totally got off track while we were Googling all this other stuff. He wasn't only chasing the American dream, he was also chasing like his past. Like the whole book is basically trying to recreate this love story he had with Daisy, who he was like out of his mind for. And I think that's also something that's like timeless that we like all relate to today. Like, I think everybody's totally trying to like relive their youth, Amanda, and like hooking up with old crushes on Facebook. Let's cut the shit. That's what people still do. Like 50-year-olds all the time. Oh, I divorced my husband, or I divorced my wife. Let me look up my old girlfriend. Like, it's so dumb, right? Life doesn't work that way.
It's true.
You can't just obsess over the past, Amanda, right? Because then you're not living in the present. So like, get over it, people, right? I totally should have talked to Gatsby. I would have helped him out.
I mean, it's totally the word of our day, right? If I could just remember what it was.
Ephemeral.
It's
like ephemeral.
Oh, okay.
That's perfect. Yeah. Okay. You just nailed it.
Okay. Well, then I guess I get $1. But you already got it like 4 times, so I guess it doesn't really count.
No,
but
here's the deal.
maybe,
Take your $1 out of the jar.
No. This is going to be our new
You did
thing.
one. You did it.
I have to do it in order to counter yours.
Yes, exactly. You just countered me. Perfect. I love it. Okay.
Okay, subject change.
What?
Can we talk about the movie stuff now?
We can.
Okay, so I just totally rewatched the...
No, you didn't. I don't believe you.
Well, I did, because you made me for this episode.
What? Okay. What version did you watch?
Of course, the only one that's important.
Yes.
The one with Leo.
Thank you very much. Okay, fine.
Wait, are there other ones?
Of course, there's totally other ones. There's 5, Amanda.
5?
Yes, Hollywood.
How are there 5?
Hollywood is totally obsessed with this. Like, okay, but totally the Baz Luhrmann version, like the 2013 remake with Leo, is like the best one. Like by far, you didn't miss anything else. Okay, so in order, like this is how they went down. In 1926, like a year after the book was written, the first one was a silent film, but now it's lost. No copies exist today, so how do they know it's real?
I was gonna say that one shouldn't count.
Dun, dun, dun. Directed, you know what it is? It's ephemeral. Okay.
Well played.
Directed by Herbert Brennan, starring Warner Baxter as Gatsby. So I guess they know they had it. Then in 1949, the famous black and white version was released, starring Alan Ladd as Gatsby and Betty Field as Daisy. That one was pretty good overall. Like I did watch that one. 1974, the classic Redford version was released. Let's go, starring of course Robbie Red as Gatsby and Mia Farrow as Daisy. The screenplay was written by Francis Ford Coppola. That one was kind of a snooze fest, though. Not going to lie. It wasn't excellent. In 2000, they did a TV movie on A&E, Amanda, starring Toby Stevens as Gatsby and Mira Sorvino as Daisy. Decent, but not awesome. And then, of course, the best one ever in 2013, the Baz Luhrmann Spectacle, starring Leonardo DiCaprio as Gatsby, Carey Mulligan as Daisy, and Tobey Maguire as Nick Carraway. Also, my fave, Elizabeth Debicki. Do you know Elizabeth Debicki from The Crown? Did you watch The Crown?
I did watch The Crown.
Oh my God, as
fantastic.
Jordan, she was like the golfer. Also, the music was sick with Jay-Z producing the entire soundtrack. And it has my favorite song by Lana Del Rey, Will You Still Love Me? Will you still love me when I'm no longer young and beautiful? Okay, sorry. I love Lana. This one was like by far my favorite.
Well, I guess that means that they just can't make another one then, because this one should just go out on top. It was the best of the best.
Yeah, too late. I looked it up already.
There's not.
Yeah, there's another one.
No.
Yes, but it's an animation version, so I'm not sure how it's going to go.
Animation?
Yeah, animation.
What?
It's totally animation. But there's no release date yet, so I have really no idea when it's coming out. But it's out there.
Well, let's make sure not to go see it.
Right? I agree.
So we can always just still have our number one.
I'm frozen in time with Leo.
Okay, but the fun part now.
What?
Conspiracy theories. Because all you got to do is check Reddit, and there's like a million
out there. I know, right? Seriously. For some reason, this book has like a million of them. Totally. I didn't understand
But they're
why.
the best. Like, you gotta lay it on us.
Like, why this book and not other oneses? Like, what? Wait, other ones? Oneses? Other one? I don't know. Because oneses be a word? Maybe it is. Okay. So I had to look that up because apparently he has this shady past, and then all his money appears out of nowhere, Amanda, and no one quite really knows why. So
everyone wonders who he is.
Here's what's going on. Right. I think Fitzgerald wanted it that way because he wrote it in a way that made the narrator seem unreliable. Ring a bell?
Kind of like Edgar Allan Poe.
Boom. Right. It adds this creepiness factor to the whole thing. It's more mystery, really, not creepy. But you get the idea, right? If you remember, the narrator, Nick Carraway, he was a little bit of like a mental case and a sort of an alcoholic, which means he can't remember everything and leaves some shit out. So to us as the reader, we're left speculating a little bit. And Fitzgerald also left huge gaps in Gatsby's whole like backstory that were like big enough to drive a truck through, Amanda. Like, it's a total hint that Gatsby made all his money from illegal liquor, but like we never quite get confirmation from that. He also explains that Gatsby's like connected in some shady way to the gangster Meyer Wolfsheim, the guy who fixed the 1919 World Series. Another fun fact. I'm like 5 fun facts into this thing already. Meyer Wolfsheim was based on a real life mobster named Arnold Rothstein, the guy who really did fix the 1919 World Series. So I mean, he was doing this on purpose, right?
Yes, he was making it very mysterious.
Of course.
So nobody really know. But my favorite conspiracy by far, though, is that Gatsby was never real in the first place and that he was just an imaginary friend that Nick made up in order to get him through his boring-ass life, which I think is quite possible.
That just blew my mind. That shit's a little dark. I didn't see that one. You were totally deep in the Reddit threads, right?
Okay, but there's also a theory that he's a time traveler that apparently came back from the future to try to fix his past because he already knows how bad it all ends and he's just trying to fix it. And there's one more. And it's by far the most famous conspiracy theory out there. He was actually a government agent trying to infiltrate the mob and take it down, or he was maybe the mob boss himself and was trying to hide it in broad daylight.
That's not conspiracy. He was totally the mob boss. That's what I think. Have you seen Scarface? They're totally the same. They act exactly the same way. I mean, Scarface probably a little darker, not going to lie. Al Pacino. And Gatsby wasn't like a political refugee. But like, there's that. But like, people will come up with anything to make a story more interesting, right? But I think that's totally like he was Mr. Mobster. Okay, you got any other weird conspiracies?
No, that's
or
it.
Okay.
That's it.
Can I do my fun fact?
Yes. Round it out at 10.
All right. Fun fact. You ready for this?
Ready.
I like that is a good attitude. Let's go, people. Okay. Let's start with the fact that the book was almost called something else.
Like what?
Not The Great Gatsby. Okay.
That's what that would imply, yes.
Right, I know. Okay. Fitzgerald considered alternatives like Trimalchio in West Egg. Right? What is that?
Huh.
The High Bouncing Lover, Gold-Hatted Gatsby, and Under the Red, White, and Blue. Okay. Imagine trying to casually reference Trimalchio in West Egg, like at a dinner party or something. That would be so like.
I'm so glad that they said
right with the Great Gatsby.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The alliteration.
That was the winner.
The alliteration is perfect, right? It's a required reading in 8th grade. We need to read The High Bouncing Lover. What the F is a high bouncing lover? Okay, sorry. Number 2, Gatsby's mansion was inspired by real Long Island estates because, I mean, who are we kidding? They're rich AF over there. Fitzgerald based Gatsby's lavish home on the extravagant mansions of Kings Point and Sands Point, New York.
I've never been to either.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I've never even heard of them.
No.
But I feel like we should go now.
Yeah. Well,
do they do tours?
No, probably.
I hope they do tours.
Of course they do. There's tours everywhere. If they do ghost tours, they do tours of this stuff. Come on.
Old money. Let's go.
It's all about old money, man. Over the top estates in the 1920s, right? Let's go. Okay. Number 3, The Great Gatsby was banned. It was banned for being too racy. Some schools initially banned it because of themes of drinking, adultery, of course, and the wild parties. Apparently, people.
I feel like for high schoolers, it's fine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Dude, watch the movie again. some shit goes down. You know what I mean? Apparently, people in the 1920s could throw like these huge bootlegging fueled ragers. Let's go. But high schoolers in the 1980s couldn't read about them. WTF? Yeah.
Like I said, totally fine.
Yeah,
you were the one who over there being like,
That's
watch it again. It's not appropriate.
Yeah,
Book
you should work
banner.
on being nicer to me. Okay.
Book banner.
Number 4. Total book banner. I'm a book banner. Burn the books. Burn them. Okay. Number 4. Did you know that there's actually an official, you'll love this, Great Gatsby cocktail?
There has to be.
Yes.
I'm sure somebody made one.
Right, in 2013 to celebrate
Does it have
the
gold in it?
I'm going to tell you right. We're fun facting this right now. I got to check this out. Okay. It's a mix of gin, lemon juice, honey syrup, and champagne. Champagne, no gold. Perfect for feeling fancy while pondering the emptiness of the American dream. Let's add gold.
There you go.
And you
now
know what we'll call it?
The Great Gatsby.
No, we'll call it the high bouncing lava. Let's go. Okay. And finally, the iconic green light. Ooh, back to that green light. Might be more than just a symbol. It's also a real landmark.
Huh.
It's out there.
In New York.
Yes. The green light at the end of Daisy's dock is often interpreted as a symbol of unachievable dreams, but Fitzgerald may have also based it on a real place. There's evidence that Fitzgerald's summer home in Great Neck, Long Island, had a direct view of a green dock light across the bay, just like Gatsby's. So the green light isn't just metaphorical or ephemeral. It was literally a beacon Fitzgerald saw every night. Thank you very much.
I love it. I
Let's
love
go.
how you always find some random stuff, but it's kind of like you're channeling your inner Sherlock Holmes here.
I love that.
And
yes, let's go.
you're just piecing all of
How
these
have we not done
clues.
one on Sherlock Holmes
We
yet?
need to. He's fascinating.
Oh, shit. We have to look up like an anniversary on Sherlock.
Okay.
'Kay.
Well, we'll do that.
I'll GTS. Go. Keep
okay.
going.
But before we wrap it up,
Yeah.
you want to like summarize everything so that way I can show off all of my new Great Gatsby trivia so we all look super sophisticated.
Let's do that. And I also would like to thank you for always making me feel like I did good sleuthing, even though you probably know all these fun facts already.
I did not know any of those fun facts. So good job.
All right, fine.
They're not in the conspiracy theories thread of
No,
Reddit.
that's true. So
it
it wasn't your part.
Nope.
Okay, yeah. Okay. All right. So we actually only have one call to action like this week. Like it's not a lot. Just read the damn book. Like it's short.
Or
like,
reread it. Because
yeah.
some people may, I already read it. Reread it.
Yeah, that's a good point. You can finish it in a weekend or a day, like if you read like Gabby did. And then of course, right, like before you hang out with your friends, watch the movie, the Leonardo DiCaprio one, please.
Or watch it together. Have a watch party.
And then remember these important details to look awesome. Okay, so first, we got to remember that The Great Gatsby is a critique of the American dream. Gatsby's rise from poverty to wealth seems like the ultimate success story.
Unless he was part of the mob. Then
Right.
don't do it.
Then everybody out. But his dream of winning back his lost love Daisy is an illusion. Fitzgerald basically conveys that the American dream is unattainable, corrupt, and often built on false hope. Don't fall into the trap, people.
The lies.
Let's go. Right. They're all lies. They're feeding us lies. Okay. Second, the famous green light at the end of Daisy's dock represents Gatsby's unreachable dream and the idea that no matter how much we chase the past, we can never truly recapture it. It's basically the literary equivalent of a ghosting situation. Do I say it or do you say it? Super ephemeral. Super ephemeral, people. Okay, this was so easy. All right, sorry. Third, Fitzgerald's life mirrors Gatsby's world. Fitzgerald lived among the wealthy through extravagant parties and struggled with money and love, just like Gatsby. He also based Daisy on his real-life love, Zelda Fitzgerald, who left him briefly because he wasn't rich enough. Ouch, but then ended up marrying him. Okay, so there's that. Fourth, the novel was a flop, like we said earlier. The Great Gatsby bombed in 1925, selling only 20,000 copies. Fitzgerald died believing it was a failure. It wasn't until after World War II, when it was given to soldiers, that it became the literary icon we know today.
See, you can still write something, Pete. There's still time.
Oh, I'm working on it. I'm 50 episodes deep. All right. And finally, it's short, but it's super deep. At only 180 pages, it's packed with symbolism. Think Cars, like reckless excess. The eyes of Dr. T.J. Eckelberg, like the therapist guy who's like talking to Nick the whole time. He's like the godlike figure watching all of this corruption. And Gatsby's mansion, like that represents the hollowness of wealth. It's proof that you don't need 1,000 pages to create a masterpiece. You only need 180 people. That's all I got. Fun facts out.
All right. Well, there you have it, fellow listeners. A deep dive into the Great Gatsby 100 years later. From the elusive charm of Gatsby himself to the novel's lasting grip on our dreams. It's clear the story isn't about the Roaring Twenties. It's about us. If we've done our job today, hopefully you're walking away a bit more sophisticated with a sharper Gatsby IQ. A few fun facts to drop at your next cocktail party, and maybe even a fresh perspective on why we're all still chasing our very own little green lights. Whether it's questioning the American dream, wrestling with the illusions of success, or just appreciating how Fitzgerald managed to predict influencer culture a century early, the takeaway is the same. The Great Gatsby isn't just a novel, it's a mirror into our soul. If you've enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and pass it on to a friend who loves a good literary conspiracy. Until next time, don't stress if you're still figuring out life's big questions. Like Gatsby, we're all just trying to make the next move count. Stay curious and stay inspired.